A Poison Tree by William Blake. Just with the title, you think that the poem is about betraying a loyal friend. The tree could be representing the friend, and the poison could be representing the anger that comes with that betrayal. Now on to the poem. I was angry with my friend, I told my wrath did end. I was angry with my foe, I told it not my wrath did grow. And I watered it in fears, night and morning with my tears. And I sunned it with smiles, and with soft deceitful wiles. And it grew both day and night, till it bore an apple bright. And my foe beheld it shine, and he knew that it was mine. And into my garden stole, when the night had veiled a pole. In the morning glad I see, my foe outstretched beneath a tree. In the first stanza, the poem contrasts how the speaker deals with anger differently in two situations, one with the friend and one with the foe. The speaker openly communicates and resolves anger with the friend, leading to its end. However, with the foe, the speaker keeps the anger hidden, allowing it to grow and fester. This sets the stage for the unfolding narrative of the poem. In the second stanza of the poem, the speaker nurtures and cultivates their anger towards the foe, transforming it into a metaphorical apple bright. The anger grows secretly, hidden from the foe, until it becomes a dangerous and deceitful weapon. In the third stanza, the enemy eats the apple bright, symbolizing the concealed anger. This hidden resentment leads to harmful consequences, which illustrates the destructive nature of harbored grudges. In the fourth stanza, the speaker talks about how being open and honest in communication can prevent poisonous emotions from growing. This highlights the importance of addressing conflicts directly for understanding and resolution. This is our version of the poem. My friend hurt my feelings. I tried to forgive them, and forgiving them I did. My rival hurt my feelings. I didn't tell them, and my anger grew. I thought of all the reasons why I should fear them. Night and day I cried because of them. When I saw them, I hid my anger with a smile, and with fake laughter and cheer, my rage just kept growing and growing as the days passed on, till my heart grew black, and my rival saw my anger shine, and knew it belonged to me. And my rival went into my heart, when there was nothing but darkness in the sky. In the morning I was glad I saw my rival dead underneath the tree. In the poem, the words are negative. For example, some of the negative words used are wrath, angry, foe, deceitful wiles, etc. I can tell that the poem is negative because it is about being mad and angry with the foe and not telling them. So eventually that anger grows into the point where the speaker kills them. The words are negative because it is talking about hiding anger from someone, which then builds up. So then it would make sense if there were negative words involved. Mr. Blake used figurative language to add meaning to the poem by making us picture the poem. There is no onomatopoeia in the poem, however, there is alliteration. We found alliteration in line 7, where it says, "And I stunned it with smiles." This alliteration adds to the meaning of the poem by telling us that the speaker was being fake with his enemy in an attempt to hide even more of their anger. In the poem, the speaker's attitude towards the subject in the poem is anger and rage. In fact, the speaker wants his rival to die. We notice shifts between each stanza. The shift between the first and second stanza is about how, because the speaker didn't tell his enemy that he was angry with him, his anger grew. The shift between the second and third stanza is about the apple that grew in the tree, and how the enemy knew that it was him who made him angry. The shift between the third and fourth stanza is about how the enemy ate the apple, which led to his death. In this poem, there was no shift in attitude. All throughout the poem, the attitude was anger and wanting to seek revenge. After reading the poem, we realized that we were not right about the title. But after looking closely at the poem, we do see that the title does relate. The title relates because the tree is all about the anger the speaker has bottled up with his enemy, while the poison is the apple that the enemy eats that does lead to his death. The theme of the poem is that bottling up negative emotions can only lead to negative things happening. The theme is supported by giving us an example. Because the speaker held on to his negative feelings, it led to those feelings taking control of him to the point where he was glad to see his enemy dead underneath the tree. Overall, the poem was about how easy it is to forgive a friend of ours, but not an enemy. The poet, William Blake, was trying to express how one should forgive everyone, even the ones we don't like. Because if we don't, our anger and negative emotions will grow so much to the point where we would not be able to hide it anymore, and it would lead to even more anger or even violence. The point of this poem is to explain to people that it is not okay to bottle up angry feelings towards someone. We should instead tell the person we are mad at them and always find ways to fix the problem. Remember, guys, communication is key. A Poison Tree is considered a romantic poem because it uses imagination and intuition. Imagination with using the apple and the tree to signify the growing anger the speaker had with their enemy, and the tears and smiles he used to fake him being on good terms with the enemy. Intuition because it places feelings and instincts over reason. The speaker poisons his enemy with an apple just because he is furious with him, and won't tell him so they can fix the problem. Overall, as a group, we enjoyed the poem because it had a simple yet profound message to it. The poem encouraged communication so that bottled anger does not erupt. We also liked it because it was pretty imaginative. We could see what was happening in our heads, and it was just like a short little story.